Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Happy Friday and all that mess and everything else like that. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday today. Mine's been good. I got a bonus check today, and I'm proud to say that this black chair that has been in our presence for, well, like a long time. I'd say probably about 3 years. I got this chair from Gonzo, if you really want to get into it. I got this, this chair was given to me by Gonzo when he moved into his new place here where we live now. And it was very cool because the chair I had was this complete, utter disgrace beyond all recognition of what we would call furniture. Like cardboard boxes would have probably been more comfortable than the chair that I did have. But he gave me this chair. This chair lasted for like 3.5 years now. And well, yeah, hey, it's for the horses. I'm a smart aleck. Yes, it's true, Mar. But it's good to see you, though. It's very good to see you, Mar. But yeah, so yeah, you know, chair's done. It's ready for a new one. So I went with Respawn Furniture. It's a great gaming furniture company. They make furniture for gamers and stuff like that. They make desks and they make chairs and stuff like that. And so I went with them. And now it should be here Sunday. So by next Friday, when we have our little talks again, should be good to go. Should be good to go. Tell me if the music's too loud, Mar. And you know, if it sounds too loud to you or not. Has he been up north for 3 years? Yeah, it's about there now. He moved from Miami. Well, probably. But yeah, it has to be. He has to be at least 3 years because he moved into his house before I moved into mine. And I'm coming up on 3 years in my house. And I live right down the street from him. So, yeah, he's got to have his house probably approaching 4 years now. Have to be. But I don't know math. So, not good at math. But anyway, we're here today to chat. That's anybody who is coming in or anybody who's never been here before. Oh, and by the way, if you are coming in, please say hi in the chat so I know you're here and I could say something back to you, because that's what this is. This is a big conversation that I have with you guys. It's not like I'm going to have guests come in. I'm not going to have anybody else distracting us. It's me and you guys, and we're going to talk about what it is as a subject that I come up with for every show. It's like a main subject. And today we're going to be talking about patience. Last Friday we were talking about expectations. And so this Friday we're going to talk about patience. And I like to touch on certain things that have affected my life. And maybe it'll help you guys out too, if you guys are going through anything or anything like that. And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to try to do anyway. But Mar said, I barely hear any music. I didn't realize I've been watching that long. Time flies when you're having a good time. Well, thank you, Mar. But here, I'll turn it up a little bit then. And I'll turn it down here so that it's not blaring in my ears. But let me know if it's too loud. Should be pretty good now. Kind of relaxing music in the background. It's a little rock and roll, but it's not. It's soft rock and roll. It's not too bad. But so anyway, we'll wait for some more people to come in. We'll just talk about random things and stuff like that there. So today, I got my bonus check, and I was able to pay some bills that were piling up. And if you know what I'm talking about credit card bills that seem to never stop accruing money, even when you're not even using them. And it sucks. It's like if I don't even use my credit card, every month it still gets charged like $68. just, why not? You know what I mean? Money's money. Who cares? It's all right. It'll be fine. But yeah, so that's what I'm working with right now. But I took care of it though. And like I said before, I think I mentioned this, a big shout out to Rochelle, who stepped up to the plate for me. I was literally, this is what was going on with me like last week, was I had 2 days before I got paid, and like I spent my money vicariously on things that have to do with, like, you know, live streaming and you know, vlogging and everything else like that. And I kind of I bought stuff too early. Like I should have waited just a little bit. You know what I mean? Hey Jack, what's up? So that's what was going on with me. And it was like a 2-day period where I was like, I went and I borrowed money from an organization here called AmScot that we have, where you just borrow a little bit of money if you need it for a paycheck, and then they take it out of your paycheck later on, which is fine because it's not that much. I got pocket change. Wasn't that big of a deal. My main thing was though is that I couldn't get my editor, because my editor that I was using, the editing program that I was using, took a dump on me. All right, basically, and it sucked. It just wasn't working with my system anymore for some reason. I was slowing my system down. The bitrate was slow. I couldn't even pay attention to what I was trying to accomplish as far as editing goes, and it was really bad. And I'm like, I gotta edit YouTube videos like all the time. Like this isn't something that I do like, you know, I put one out a month or something. Like, no, I'm doing YouTube videos like every other day. Seriously. So I gotta edit like every other day. This is not good. I started freaking out a little bit. And I put something out there on Facebook saying that, you know, I'm going through rough times. I may not be able to do any vlogs for a little while, but it's only going to be for a couple of days, and then we'll be back in action. It'll be awesome and great. And Michelle stepped up and was like, what do you need? And hooked it up, took care of it, man. And I really appreciate it. I love it when you guys are there for me. You know, I try to be there for you as much as possible, and I'm glad you guys return the favor whenever you can. I really appreciate it. Let's get to comments real quick. You guys were talking while I was talking, which is fine. And this is what I do. I go back, we'll talk some more. I get the same thing. Mar says I get the same thing. The interest to like you bought something. Exactly. Yeah, but it's like you didn't buy anything. Like for that month. Like let's say you go a whole month without using your credit card, you still get charged $68 because it's interest. It's just interest on the card of the balance that you have on the card already. They're just like, still didn't pay it off. You're gonna owe us some more money. Jack said, not much, man. You missed my brand. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. I really wanted to go to that one too. When you just said something, that's when I was like, oh. I think I even liked one of your banners, but I was just going through and I saw you put up a band banner and I was like, oh, okay, he's got a show. I didn't even think it was this show. I thought that show was in April. I don't know why I was thinking it was in April. You got something coming up in April, though. We'll talk, Jack. We'll talk. We'll get it done. All right, we'll get it done. I'm going to come out. I'm going to film Jack in his natural habitat. He's going to be on stage. He's going to be jamming. We're going to do like a little music video type thing. I'm going to put it on the channel so you guys can see what Jack actually does besides being an awesome co-host on a lot of different stuff. Oh, and speaking of that, we will get to that too. I have some information about the weekend show that we usually do with Robe and everything. We're still doing that, but we just haven't done it for a little bit because, well, Robe's daughter had a birthday, and so I thought it would be proper for Robe to spend that Sunday, because it was Sunday. It was last Sunday when his daughter's birthday was, and so it's only fitting for him to spend time with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't ask him to break away from whatever he had going on with the birthday and stuff. You know what I mean? So let him do that and everything, of course. And then the weekend before that, I had some things I had to do. But one thing that we really want to do is instead of on Sundays, Sunday nights, because I know some of you work on Sundays and some of you can't get to that show, I was thinking it would be better maybe on like a late night Saturday. And what I mean by late night is like 9 o'clock or something like that, or 8 o'clock at night. Maybe 8 o'clock. I think me and Robe were talking about 8 o'clock at night on Saturday, just for an hour. Me and Robe get on, we joke around, we play with you guys, and then we think, you know what I mean? So let me know what you think about that, though. Good for supportive friends. Yes, of course. God bless us all for good supportive friends, man. For real. What's up, bro? It's Mike. Hey, what's up, Mike? Mike from work, Mike? Is it Mike? Let me know which Mike. It's all good, bro. We'll get you out next time. Of course, dude. I will be out next time. Understandably. Believe it. Okay? I really do want to do a video with it. I want to do some rock videos, man. We haven't done a rock video since Soul Switch played like a year and a half ago. You know? And that was a good video, apparently, because you guys liked it. I got like 560 views on it, so somebody liked it. So, what's up, Mike? It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're in. I'm glad you're hanging out. We're just going to sit around and talk about some shit. And it's fun. And I get cursed up to 6 times on a live stream. So, that's one. You're right. She only gets one birthday per year, and Dad should be there. She would remember it for the rest of her life if she missed it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with Mar. We gotta get troops in the chat for that. Absolutely, Mar. Absolutely. When are we gonna go hit the city, bro? Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different videos I want to bring to the table. I've been thinking about it a lot as far as YouTube goes. And instead of doing like theme parks religiously, which explains this live stream right now and live stream we have on Sunday where we're not in the parks, we're in the house, we're sitting, we're talking and having a good time together. I want to do other stuff though. There's a lot of stuff. There's Lake Eola in Orlando. which is it's a nice place. It's in the middle of Orlando, and Orlando has a lot to offer. We can walk the streets of Orlando a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I've been thinking of doing that. Kissimmee has a downtown, and it's pretty historic. I think it was built in like 1923 or something like that, or became a city in 1923 or something like that. But that's what I'm saying. We could go there. We could find out this stuff together. We could do some adventures on that, and kind of like Adam the Woo. I mean, Adam the Woo has always been a big inspiration for me, man, on YouTube. He's one of the things that got me into doing YouTube. And he's one of the creators that got me into doing YouTube. Him, Justin Scard, and Tim Tracker. I watched a lot of Tim Tracker back in the day. I really did. I'm not going to lie. When I was like in West Palm Beach and I couldn't go to Disney World every day because I didn't live here, but I wanted to, you know, and I'd only go like once a month maybe, I'd be watching Tim Tracker over there, being like, oh, look at the new stuff they got, you know, just like everybody else does. Oh, what, he's approaching 1 million now, isn't he? Good God. Good God. I'd never known a vlogger that could approach 1 million. I mean, really think about it. Besides, like, PewDiePie, of course. He's at, like, over 100 million. But he's a gamer, too, though. So they always do, like, other stuff. I'm talking about a full-fledged, straight-up vlogger. Someone who vlogs. Only. You know? But, Adam the Woo's getting there, too, man. He's, like, almost 700,000 subscribers. It's crazy. But, it's interesting. You know what? And this is a good segue to this. But you know what makes you a good YouTuber that I've found over the 5 years that I've been doing YouTube now? I'm coming up on 5 years in June this year. And we're going to celebrate 5 years on YouTube. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of fun stuff. I got some stuff planned. But hopefully one of the things that I do have planned pans out right. Because my wife and I are really working on it. We're trying to work on it. And let's just say it has a lot of ocean involved with it. Okay? And I got to tell Robe too, because Robe's got to come with it. But as the channel expands, you lose the. Yes, that's true. That's true. But I won't. I'm gonna let you know right now, man. I'm not. I'm never gonna be like. The only thing you're ever gonna see from me is like better stuff. You know what I mean? Like better stuff coming out, because there are a lot of things that I actually do want to do. I want to do a monthly, if not weekly, feature on this channel. I've been really thinking about it. I've been trying to put it together as far as like how hard it would be to actually accomplish something like this. But you saw the experiment. If you didn't see the experiment, I suggest you see the experiment. But if you saw the experiment and you see what I could do with that, and that's just playing around. That wasn't really focused per se. So what I'm thinking about doing is like, you know how Netflix has Netflix originals? Well, I was thinking about doing Your Pal Al originals. And I wanted to do, I'm being honest though, I really wanted to do it. I wanted to do something like that where I just tell a short story. Like I'll write a short story, I'll put together a short story, and then put it in the film where you can see it. I'll have actors and actresses and stuff like that. Any other YouTuber creators that are around me right now, I mean, we got a whole bunch of them. We got Super Enthused, Tampa J's here, and Adam the Woo is like literally 20 minutes down the street. But Gonzo, of course, he's right down the street, and BP. I mean, any of them want to join me, it would be great. And we can make some crazy stuff. Like I want to do some stuff. I want to do scary stuff. Like I have a book that I've been currently writing for the past 7 years that I haven't told anybody about until now. Here, surprise. I already wrote a book. It's called The Final Confrontation. It's on Amazon right now. You can actually buy my book on Amazon. But I suggest you don't for right now, because I don't know how. I haven't even checked that site or nothing on how that's working. But anyway, but I want to do stuff like that. I want to do short films that are interesting, that are scary. I'm writing a book right now called it's a scary. It's like the scariest thing I've ever written, ever. And in Final Confrontation, there were some scary parts in there. It's like I tried to make it as eerie as possible, and like upon writing it, I got eerie. You know what I'm saying? I started getting like all like, you know what I mean, while I'm writing the book. But this book, I can't write. I need like all the lights on when I write this book. All right, because this book is called Habit, and it's about a guy who, well, originally it starts off with this guy who is a mass murderer, and he goes out and he takes men, women, children, everything, and he brings them back to this cabin, and he kills them, and he videotapes it. And this is like in the like early 80s, and then they catch him. The cops catch him. This one sheriff or whatever catches him. He follows him back to the house, and in the basement where he usually did his operations, he gets shot to death. And 30 years later or whatever, this writer has writer's block, and he can't really write books, and it's like he has a 6-book contract with his publisher, and he's like on the 6th book now. All he has to do is write the 6th book, and he's out of the contract, and he wants to go freelance. And so he has writer's block in New York, and he wants to get out of there, so he moves out to that cabin. He buys that cabin. Him and his wife and his little dog Sam, little golden retriever, they move into this cabin, not suspecting that it would be actually haunted, not only by the crazy lunatic psycho killer, but it's also haunted by many of the victims that he brought back to that cabin and killed. And so it's a fun-filled thing. It's crazy as hell. And I hope to finish it in a decade, because it takes me so long to write a book right now because I got everything else going on. But it the twist of the whole thing is, like, there's a major twist, and I'm not going to try to give away the twist, but the twist is that you got to remember that he's a writer and he has writer's block. And now, like, when the incidents start happening, the wife sees it more than he does. He doesn't see it at all because he's always away. He always goes away to the publisher and his agent, and he's having, like, coffee and stuff like that. And when he leaves the house, these crazy things happen to this poor lady. And then she starts telling him about these things that are going on, and he starts to write them down and starts to make a book out of it. So it starts to become this thing where she wants to leave the house, obviously, because of so much activity going on, paranormal wise, and he doesn't want to leave the house because he's getting all this juicy last final book information that he could put together. So he's kind of using his wife at this point as inspiration to write his final book. And it's really good. It's really good. But see, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I would really love to do, like, take scenes that scare the shysta out of you. Nah, we're still on 5 curse words, by the way. Because that was shysta. That's German for shit. Damn it. Oh. We got 3 more curse words. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, I just would like to take parts of that book and make short stories out of them, short videos out of them, maybe 20-minute videos or something like that. Have a lot of special effects and have a lot of different people you have seen on YouTube, people you have never seen before in your life, but I know from work or whatever, that would want to be in a YouTube video, and it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. I think it would be really awesome to do that. And I always vowed that, like, if I got to like 10,000 subscribers or something like that, then I would actually work on that, because that would be, it'd be a lot of work, you know. And I think with a lot of people subscribed, I think I'll be able to feel more accomplished by putting that out to a bigger crowd, you know, type thing that could share it out to an even bigger crowd and stuff like that, and really enjoy what we're putting out there, type thing. So, but like I was saying, segueing in, all of this that we just talked about just now all revolves around a little thing called patience. You gotta have it. If you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to be anything in life, you have to have patience first of all. If you want to be successful in life, you absolutely have to have patience. Because the whole thing about success is success doesn't come to those overnight. There's no such thing as an overnight success. And you may say, no, I know a couple people that... no, there's none. Okay? Because, and why I say that is because the people who have overnight success, 95% of the chance of the time, you know what happens? It becomes 15 minutes of fame instead of overnight success. The overnight success evolves into 15 minutes of fame. And what happens is that 15 minutes of fame goes away and you don't have success anymore. And then you have stories where you say, I used to be successful. And I know a lot of people who have those stories. And it's funny. But you have to have patience. When I started YouTube 5 years ago, just like everybody else who's ever started a YouTube channel, they will agree with me on this. When I started YouTube 5 years ago, I thought that I was going to be at 100,000 subscribers in like 2 months. I literally did. I was like, man, this is going to be great. Where do they see me? And 5 years later, we're still trying to approach 2,000. So that's the whole thing, you know? But it taught me a lot of patience in that retrospect, you know? So much so that, like, that's not what taught me patience, but that's one of the things that helped out. But in so much so that, like, when things happen, man, when I know that I'm going to get something soon, that I'm working on something soon, like the experiment is a prime example of that. I had to grow my beard out, and I had to have you guys deal with that for, like, what was it, 2.5 months straight of you guys just seeing me with this like huge beard and just everything, and I'm like, it'll all be explained when the experiment comes out. Remember me saying that? But that was extreme patience, because I had to grow it out to a certain length, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to film everything all at once in one day type thing. I knew it was going to be spread out over a couple of weeks. And if I have a long beard, if it's grown out, there's a certain time when hair slows down on growing. And my hair grows fast, as you can see. I shaved this morning. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. I actually shaved like on Sunday though. Last Sunday. And this is like a week's growth. Okay? Well, actually, I touched up on Wednesday. But I gotta get more grooming habits, I know. But the whole thing is that my hair grows fast. And so I knew, like, if I tried to grow it out to a little bit of a length and then try to do it, and then like 2 weeks later try to do it again, I'd have to trim it and try to get it back to normal. It's just going to be a nightmare. So I decided to do it that way. But Mar says you're correct about that. That there was a guy in West Virginia who won the Powerball lottery. It was nothing but a heartache for him. Yeah, I've heard about that. I think I know what story you're talking about. There's also another guy from Texas that had a horrible time after he won a huge Powerball. It's like $460 million or something. His granddaughter was so spoiled with the money, she died from an overdose. Wow. Wow, dude. That's insane. That is. See what I mean? I mean, you never know. That's actually going to be another topic that we're going to touch on in a later, program. It's choices, choices. Sometimes choices can really change your outcome. You know what I mean? And they seem so little at the time. It's just so little. But, yeah, wow, man. I'm telling you. Sometimes, some people can't handle being like wealthy. Let's be real, chat. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be real. Some people cannot cannot focus on wealth in a certain way. Like, there is obedient wealth, and then there is disobedient wealth. Like, that's how I would like to paint a picture for you. You know, obedient wealth is the kind of person who spends money when they have to. You know? And you know, if you know a lot of people who are wealthy, you'll notice that the people who are long time wealthy are the people that aren't driving really expensive, crazy looking sports cars and stuff like that. They got like just decent cars, of course, driving Cadillacs, stuff like that. But they're not, like, something comes up, they're just like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to spend the money, even though I have $1.6 billion in their bank account. I don't want to spend the 400. You know what I mean? I know people like that. Robe's not like that. Robe can't hold on to $1. But he keeps making it anyway, so he doesn't care, you know? But he's getting to the point where he's starting to even be more obedient, you know, and turn around and you know, start thinking about, yeah, maybe I should start investing in this, investing in that, you know, making the money turn into more money. A lot of money issues. But I usually make the choice of no choice. Exactly, Mar, you see, you would be successful. You would be an obedient, wealthy person. I'm not a wealthy person. I'm okay right now. Like, I'm normal average, I guess you could say. Proud to say. There was a time when I wasn't normal average, and I had zero patience at all. And I used to curse at everything. I used to blame everything. Literally. You get into a blaming war with everything when you're hurting. When you have a lot of problems piling up, you start to try to push the blame off yourself. But to tell you the truth, man, my dad used to say something. He used to say, his fault, her fault, nobody's fault. It's still your problem. He used to say that all the time. And my dad was an idiot, but one thing is that he did have some good sayings, you know? Robe needs to prepare for retirement. I don't think he's here right now. He was supposed to be here, but I think he got caught up with one of his jobs right now, so. But he is going to watch this on replay, Mar. So he might message you and be like, haha, very funny. But, no, but seriously though. That's what I learned, man. Patience is a big deal in life. I think we should teach this to children. Like, this is the thing we should teach children. Like, 100%. That and taxes. But, you know, like how to pay them. But besides that, and like, you know, income and everything. I mean, I know there's financial, you know, classes that you could take, but they're electoral, aren't they? They're not required. And I think they should be required. I think those types should be, those are life building information pieces that they can learn, you know, that can make things happen. You know what I'm saying? But besides all that, man, it's just I'm so happy about me being able to live through the crap that I did, if that makes any sense. I mean, have any of you really actually sat back and thought about that for a minute? You know, like sat back and said to yourself, you know, like, I'm glad that bad thing happened to me, because I know that sounds weird, but sometimes in life you will look back and you will say, if that didn't happen, I would have never got up off my ass and did this. That's 2 now. I have 2 left. Is ass a bad word? If it is, I'm down to 1. Anyway, but it doesn't matter. As a whole, though, like, yeah, I've sat back and said to myself, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have got up and did something that changed my life ultimately. Like, you know, that made it better. You know, moving to Florida is one of them. All right, moving to North Carolina was another one. I went from living in South Florida and being pretty bad off. Let's just pull it at that. I'm not going to go into details, but pretty bad off. Okay. And then I moved to North Carolina and I got better. I learned a little bit more responsibility. I learned a little bit more patience, but not a lot. And then I moved back to Florida, and then that's when it kicked in. When everything kicked in a high gear. I moved in with my wife and I. We were married about 2 years, and we moved into my grandmother's house, and she rode the wave right in with me. She's like, "We got to do this. This is what we got to do in order to move to the next step, you know?" And we moved in. My grandmother was gracious enough to give us a room down here so we could start our life in Florida. Kind of like a little bit of a piggyback. But, you know, so we lived in a little retirement community for about 5 months or so. But in that 5 months, I got 2 jobs. My wife got 2 jobs. 2 jobs, man. We had 2 jobs apiece. And we did okay. But then we didn't have a car. So my wife took the bus to work every day. And I rode a bike. I literally rode a 20-inch little bike from Walmart that I bought. And I did that for like about 5 or 6 months. And then my cousin came into the picture, Orlando, and his name's Orlando. And he said, that, actually you could see Orlando. Actually, I have him in a couple of videos. He's the guy who does the Drink Around the Earth videos with me all the time. That's Orlando Santiago. Do not forget his name. Do not forget the legacy of Orlando Santiago. Every time I say his name, I always feel like I'm in a Zorro film. You know what I mean? Orlando Santiago. He will save us all. I don't know why I get like that. It's just weird. It's just the name. But anyway, he did. He came riding in on a white horse and he was like, "Hey, how much you make between those 2 jobs?" And I'm like, "I make $6.50 an hour at both places." And he's like, "That's like $12 an hour." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, come work with my company, because now you'll work 1 job and you'll make $12 an hour." I was like, "Okay." And from that point on, moved on up a little bit. I mean, just kept on working my way up a little bit, man. And now we're kind of comfortable, but it can be better. But it can always be better. That's the point. But you gotta have patience, because it's not gonna come overnight. You gotta work on it. You know? It's your show. You put the limits for... Yeah, that's true. I'm just joking around. But they do say, like, on a live stream or for YouTube, or if you are doing videos for YouTube, you're up to like 6 to 10 curse words before they start getting pissed at you. So, but it keeps you proper anyway. I remember as show were you... I'm going to try to read this, Mar, I'm going to try to read this, okay? I remember a show where you had a picture of an Italian nanny. Yes, that you said was your grandma. It really wasn't. No. Yes. It wasn't really my grandmother. No. That was but that woman was actually the most. I think she was like the most famous home cook pasta maker or something like that. She made pasta in her house for like ever, something like that, if I remember correctly. I don't know. If Robe was here, he'd probably correct me on that and be like, "No." Paul Standard, 3 weeks and I'll be in Orlando. All right, Paul, man. Yeah, can't wait. Nice. Can't wait, dude. I can't wait either, dude. It's gonna be great. What are you coming for? You coming for Disney? Universal? SeaWorld? I don't care. I love them all. Not so much Disney as of late, but Disney will get better. You know, they're going through a rough time as far as like having people in charge that know what their consumers want. So as soon as they figure that out and they start, I'm not going to say lowering prices, but I mean making it manageable to actually go out there and have a good time. Which supposedly, from what I heard from the grapevine, don't quote me on this, I always tell you guys this. Whenever I hear something, I tell you. If it's right, if it's wrong, I don't know. But from what I heard, roughly 2 months. I think 2 months. I want to say 2 months because I think it's May. In May. in May. In May. I believe it's in May. But, I'm sorry, I was reading what Mar wrote, and for some reason YouTube didn't think it was appropriate, but she said joking about that. So, it doesn't matter. I don't know why they banned that. But anyway, yes, in May, supposedly Disney will be dropping the reservation system. That's what I heard. Don't yell at me. Don't scream at me. Don't. No, I don't. Okay, whatever. I just know a lot of cast members because my wife happens to be one. All right, and the buzz is that they're let's just put it this way: they're considering it for May, for that to happen. And the reason why is because in May, I believe it's May 27th, should be something like that, 27th or 29th, not sure, but it's in May, late May. Guardians of the Galaxy opens up at Epcot. And I think they just want to, get that going. You know what I mean? They don't want to have the reservation system holding everybody back. It does. It sucks. All right, listen, this is all I want to say, okay? About the reservation system. This is how I feel about it. All right, I'm an annual pass holder. I don't have the $1,600 annual pass. I got the pirate pass, okay? It's a low budget pass. It's like $52 a month because I'm a Florida resident. I pay monthly, right? Yeah, but it has blackout dates. It has blockout dates, man. And blockout dates kind of suck. But the thing is when you mix them in with the no more reservations for this date blockout that's on the reservation system, it's very hard for you to go to Disney World, you know what I mean? And it sucks when you're paying $52 a month and you haven't gone since like 2 months ago, And that's why my videos have been so scarce around Disney and been more aimed towards SeaWorld and just stuff out and about because of that, really. I mean, it's just hard to get in. But I have another Disney video coming out tomorrow, I believe, so I gotta check that. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's bring it back. Just don't bring COVID with you. Okay, that's what's going on. COVID, what's that? Everything. I think you and Robe need to start a side business, Robe Fantasy Camp. Charge people money to live like Robe for a week. That would be kind of like reverse fat camp, though. I mean, if you want to be real about it, that's literally reverse fat camp. Because that's the thing. You hang out with Robe and you hang out with Big Fat Panda, you guys are going to eat. Okay? And after you eat, you guys are going to lounge about and relax. Because those two guys are the most awesome people on the face of this earth. They really are. The Robe and Big Fat Panda are amazing gentlemen. They're Robe comes off pretty aggressive on YouTube. But when you meet him in person, you will see why I am very honored, really, to call him my brother. Honestly, I'm being truthful with the chat. This is truth all the way through. This is complete truth. All right? And the same thing goes with Big Fat Panda. John is a brother to me. Literally. Big Fat Panda is a brother to me. And in my eyes. I don't know with him in his eye, he says so, but, he might just be being nice to me. But Big Fat Panda is a brother to me. And the reason why I say that is because I love him like a brother. I really do. I'll come right out and say it. I really do. I do. There's been many, many times where I've felt like crap about something, and you've seen it, because it has been brought out in my videos before. I've talked about it before, of feeling worthless. And John has had conversations with me where he's got me out of that darkness, if you will, making jokes and just talking and saying that, Al, you're incredible. You do incredible things. And I wish I could edit like you and stuff like that. It's very inspiring to have someone like that in your life. You know what I mean? Big ups to John, man, to Big Fat Panda. All right. If you're not subscribed to Big Fat Panda, you need to be subscribed to Big Fat Panda. He puts out the most excellent videos. I'm not talking about him because he's in the chat. He's not in my chat right now. So don't think I'm like trying to hype him up because he's here. He's not here. I'm telling you from the heart. All right? Subscribe to Big Fat Panda. He is like on the threshold of 100,000 subscribers, by the way, too. That's another point I want to put out there, but you know, I'm just saying, you know. So you might want to do that. Check out Big Fat Panda though, really cool dude, man. I might have him on a Saturday night. That's another reason why we're moving to Saturday night, because there's a lot of creators out there that don't have Sundays because they're getting ready for the week, and so we'll see what happens. Paul says, just need Biden to stop us from UK from having a test before we travel. Well, yeah, that's a lot of people. But I'm not defending Biden. It's probably him too, most likely. But everybody else, yeah, that's like all over the world, dude. Like everybody, there's still a lot of people out there that are still scared. And, you know, we need to just get past it. We're doing fine now. We're doing good. All right? I'm not a scientist, but I'm just saying. Doesn't look too bad, you know. We seem to stop talking about it every time something bigger comes up. So, I mean, you know, if it was a big deal, we would stop talking about it. But anyway, Mars says, yes, the robe does come across as gruff. Remember when Candy Mom was afraid of him? Yes. I remember that. That's hilarious. Okay? That is absolutely hilarious. But there's nothing to be afraid of. He's just a big bad wolf. That's all he is. He seems like a big bad wolf, but he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. No, he's a sheep in wolf's clothing. That's pretty much. No, he's not really a sheep. He's a, he's gonna kill me if he hears me say that. He's a, he's a kitten. He's a kitten in wolf's clothing. That's it. Which would be adorable, by the way. You know it would. Alright. The first time I saw Big Fat Panda was on one of your Walt Disney World streams. Nice! Oh, really? That's cool. That's really cool. I remember watching Big Fat Panda before I met him. Like, completely before I met him. I didn't know him from Jack. Never met him before. I didn't even know he lived in Florida. I thought he was just some guy who, like, you know, knew about Disney a lot or something. Or maybe he was in Disneyland. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. But I remember being like, dude, this guy's pretty cool though, man. He's got some inside sources, you know? But, so having that, my expectations from last week, I was scared to meet him. I saw him in Main Street, USA, at least 4 times before I actually talked to him. And I didn't even talk to him face to face the first time I talked to him. But, like, one of the times that I did see him, I walked by him and I was like, hey, Big Fat Panda. And he looked at me and he was like, hey, how are you? Yeah. And walked off. And I was like, Big Fat Panda said hi to me. Now it's like, Big Fat Panda can walk past me and I'll be like, hey, what's up, John? He's just like, what are we doing today? Anyway, are you going to sit around all day or what? Come on, let's go. It's great, you know? Big difference from back in the day till now, you know? But I was like freaked out. Same thing with Tim, man. When I met Tim Tracker the first time, I met him twice. When I met him the first time, I was scared out of my mind. I was talking like a little baby. I was like, huh? I watch all your. I was like fanning. I was a fanboying, you know. I watch all your videos. I love your videos, Tim. It's nice to meet you. And then the second time I met him, Jen was about to have her baby. Like, probably a week before she was about to have her baby. And he was at Universal. I bumped into him. And that time I actually talked to him like a human being. You know? I was like, hey, what's up? You know, how you doing? It's good to see you. What are you up to today? That type of thing. And it said, you know, how's Jen? How's the baby? Let him know that I know currently what's going on. And he was like, you know, yeah, he was real nice and everything like that. I didn't ask him for a picture. I put him on video for like 5 seconds. And then I felt bad because he gets that from everybody. And that's how I feel. It sucks. Adam the Woo is not on my channel. You know why? Because every time I meet up with Adam the Woo, since he's such like a legend to me, that I I just don't feel like I should shove a camera in his face. Although he wouldn't care, but that's how I feel. I just feel that way. It's like, it's not because I don't like. You come see me. I've met a couple of you, quite a bit actually, over the past 5 years now. I've met quite a bit of you in Epcot, in Animal Kingdom, in Hollywood Studios, in Universal, and where else did I meet up with someone too? I met up with someone at SeaWorld. But it's great, you know. It is a really awesome feeling to have somebody like say, hey, I watch your channel. You're on YouTube, right? And it's like, yeah, I am. You know? Look, I'm getting all choked up about it. I'm getting verklempt. But no, I'm serious. It's just a crazy feeling, man. You know? And it's just nice to hear that. It's nice to say, yeah, I watch your channel. You got a good channel. You know, keep up the good work or whatever. You know, they don't really ask me for pictures or anything. I'm not that level yet or anything like that. But it's just nice to be recognized. And you're like, oh, you know, you do. It makes you feel like all the videos that you do, all the editing that you do, everything that you do, where you got to wake up. Like tomorrow, I'm going out to Epcot for the Flower and Garden Festival. And tomorrow I have to wake up like literally at like 7 o'clock in the morning, which I'm probably going to be up at 5 anyway, because that's the time I usually get up. So, but I got to leave the house like probably about 8 o'clock, get there by 8:30. I'm about 25 minutes away. And film all day long, pretty much till 4 o'clock maybe, or 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Hopefully finish up by then, come back home. I got to do a live stream on Twitch. And then I gotta, after a live stream at Twitch, which ends around 9 o'clock at night, then I have to edit that video so I can get that video out sometime next week. And I end up going to bed like at 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And still not done. Sunday, wake up in the morning, usually get the live stream ready for Sunday, finish the video, put it out maybe on that day or wait until Monday. Schedule it. And then, yeah, just keep going with that. That's basically it. Just keep going with that. And it's hard work. And so it's great to see people just be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I saw you before. You're on YouTube. You do good videos. And I had this one lady, and forgive me if I don't remember your names or anything like that, okay? But it's kind of hard to do that. I only met you once. You know? But if you were in my chat more often, it'd be different. I know Mar, all right? But anyway, so... And I know Paul. All right. And Jack. But anyway... This one lady, though, she walked up to me, and she was like, I wanted to thank you. I've never eaten at the Spanish restaurant in Disney Springs, and I saw your video on it, and I put that video out like probably like 3 weeks before I met up with her, so it was kind of recent, you know. And she told me, she was like, thank you so much, because honestly, like, my husband and I, we really wanted to eat like some Mexican cuisine. We were wanting it, and I watched it that night in the hotel, and I was like, honey, tomorrow we're going to this restaurant. And the next day they went to that restaurant because they saw my video, and they thought my video was like on point. They thought, you know, I showed the food, I showed everything, I had jokes and stuff, I showed the interior of the place. They thought the place was beautiful. They loved it, and it is a great place. It is a great place. I did love that place. In fact, I want to go back there. It was a little bit expensive, but I tell you that in the video. So, you know. Positive affirmation is for all your hard work. Positive affirmation for all your hard work. Yes. It is great, though. Yeah, I'm like a bad rash. You can't get rid of me. You're a good rash. If there is a good rash, it would be called the Mar rash. And everybody would want it. They'd be lining up for an anti-vaccine for it. See what I did there? I'm looking out for you, Mara. I love you. You really are famous on them YouTubes. Not yet, no, but I want to be, though. It's gonna be great. I always said that if I reach 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to change that last bit on all the videos. Not all the videos, but from that point on, all the videos won't say I'm going to be famous on that YouTube, on them YouTubes. I'm gonna be famous on them YouTube. It's not gonna be like that, okay? It's not gonna be like that. What it's gonna be is, I told you I was gonna be famous on them YouTube. You know? See, I told you. That type of thing. I don't know, something like that. I was thinking of changing it. But, exactly right, Jay. Yeah. One day, man, if we could all hope, it would be great. But I don't do it for the fame and the fortune. I do it for the friendship. And you could quote me on that. For real. Every Friday, this show right here, this has been a big thing for me. 'Cause like, when I first started thinking about doing Just Chatting with your pal Al, I was like, do I want to do that? Do I really want to like sit around and just off script and just talk about nothing? Not even have anything thought of, you know? Because like on Sundays, we always had like a little itinerary of what we were going to discuss about. But the only thing is just the topic, that one topic, and that one topic is like a safety net. It's like it's basically it's there just in case we just don't have anything to talk about. If we can't come up with anything, or at least we have a subject that we can approach and talk about. And I think patience is a very good one for this one. You learn it, man, and if you use it, if you use patience correctly, it is rewarding as hell. That's all I could say. It is rewarding. Because when I hit 1,800 subscribers, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, that was an awkward time for me because immediately after I hit 1,000 subscribers and I was doing really good on YouTube, you know what happened. Everybody kind of just basically started accusing me of cheating my way in, and I had to just delete it from my head, and I was like, no, I didn't even know what was going on, and I was like, I can't celebrate something that I don't even know what's going on, because I don't even know if somebody hacked into my channel or something like that and just started doing bad things. I started to think that, but I checked everything, and I checked the analytics, and I checked everything, and I'm like, no, I have the proper numbers right now to make it right. So I'm like, this is true, this is real. And then I contacted YouTube, and like 2 months later, got a letter back saying, we checked over your site and we found no whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I didn't do anything wrong. That was just a growth spurt. Nice. People told me that was going to happen. Big Fat Panda told me that was going to happen, like, numerous of times. It happened with him. It happened with him with a video about Frozen. He always refers to his Frozen video. He put a Frozen video out, and he just got, like, he ended up getting, like, 10,000 subscribers, like, a month. Going from getting, like, 5 subscribers a month, or 10 subscribers a month, you know? And it was crazy. And you get that happens to you. You just gotta get the right thing out there that could cause that. And 95% of the time, it's something that you like. You know what I'm saying? You know, I tried to tilt this light down so that it wouldn't shine in my glasses. And I'm looking at myself in the playback, and I'm like, I was unsuccessful. It's still there, but oh well. Thanks, my pal Al. Well, thank you, Mar. I appreciate all your support, and I appreciate everybody. We are going to talk about something right now, and it is called The Experiment. If you haven't watched it yet, I guarantee you must. Okay, there's only a short amount of time left to play the game, basically, and get a lot of stuff. And I was gonna do it on the 30th, but I'm starting to think. I mean, we literally only have about 16 people who have been locked into this thing, and that's really good odds for those 16 people, man. I'm talking $222 is on the line right now. Free and clear, tax-free. You don't have to worry about it. You know? Just straight up, it's a gift. Nobody has to worry about it. It's all you. Shh. Shh. It's over $200 for you. Shh. Coming from the road. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, if you're runner-ups, you're going to be getting a crap load of Disney merchandise, man. Stuff that I've collected for a while. For the past like 3 or 4 years, I've collected this stuff. So, make sure you play the game because the game is coming to an end. I was going to do it on the 30th. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on the 30th. I don't want anybody missing out. And I have gotten a couple of messages from people, private messages saying, Al, is the experiment giveaway still going on? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, did you play? And they're like, no, I haven't had a chance to, but I am this Friday, or I am then. I'm like, you gotta do it. It's not that hard. It's a great video. You know what I mean? It's a great video. And I'm gonna leave it up on the main page video. You know, like the first video you see when you come to the page. I'm gonna keep it up until the bitter end, but once it's over, it's over. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing a live stream. Me and the Robe are gonna be managing that together, and it's going to be a giveaway live stream. And we are going to do this as legit as possible. I want the person who's going to win to be the most fairest pick of all in the land. The Snow White, if you will. Okay? The Snow White. The fairest of them all. You know what I'm saying? And how we're going to do that is live. I'm going to use a online picker, random picker, to pick all 3 people. And I'll have all of you already checked to make sure everybody who is entered. I've already checked a bunch of you already, and a lot of you did everything, which is very impressive. Thank you so much for doing everything. You liked, you subscribed, you shared, and you clicked the box at the end of the screen, obviously, because you did the last thing. So it's awesome, but it's a shame everybody didn't. But you know, but I guess they don't like money. So you know, money, 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 hubba, hubba, hubba. Who do you trust, huh? Me? I'm giving away free money. And where is the Batman, huh? He's at home washing his tights. Ha! Anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun, though, man. And I hope that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do the live picker. Those people are going to hopefully be in the chat when they're picked out. If they're not, I'm going to contact them through YouTube. And then hopefully be able to contact them through some other means of instant messaging of some sort or private messaging and get their information and send the already packaged, already set, already postmarked items to their house. All I got to do is just I'm going to have it set up that all I got to do is just put an address on the packages. And for the grand prize winner, it's all distinguished on how you want the money. If you want it through PayPal, I'll send it through PayPal. If you want to Cash App it, I Cash App it. If you want me to send you a check, I don't know why. Nobody uses paper checks anymore, but I'll do that. If you want me to send it on a Visa check card, you know, like one of those Visa cards, I'll do that too. I'll send it to you. I don't really want to send it through the mail, though. It's not really that safe. I think being more safe would be through Cash App or through like, you know, PayPal or something like that, you know, or maybe bank transfer or something like that. I think that would be more safer and more faster for you to get the money. But and all I'm going to ask from any of the winners, whoever the 3 winners are, all that I ask for is that you take pictures when you receive the items. You take pictures, maybe even if you're a fellow creator who happens to win, who happened to play, if it's open to everybody, I want you to do a video and put it on social media. That way we can put it on the all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, everything like that. But they could see that, you know, it's legit. You actually won money. You won. I'm actually an honest person. That's what I really want to show you. But I know you already know that. But it's, you know, most of you do it. But you know, I think it would be good for everybody to actually see that somebody actually won, and I didn't just make up the whole thing. So. But upon saying that, guys, it's been fun. I think we're up an hour already. Holy crap, we are. We're past an hour. I just start rambling, and we just start talking, and then things just start happening. But I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's always been a joy, of course. I don't know what I got playing right now. I'm not going to end on that, though. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's fun, but I don't think it's an ending song. So we're gonna change that. We're actually gonna go back to our breathing theory friends. If you haven't checked out Breathing Theory, make sure you do. Go to breathingtheory.com. Check out all their songs and music. They are an extraordinary band. I have been managing, advertisement-wise, I guess you could say, and taking pictures for them and doing all that stuff for a better part of almost 10 years now. And these guys have always been my good friends. They've always been there for me. And they're just a bunch of great guys who know how to make really, really good music. They really do. They are really, really talented. So, whenever you get a chance, check out Breathing Theory. But upon saying that, man, thank you so much for hanging out. I don't want to keep you from your supper, Mar. I don't want to keep you from your supper. Mar's got to eat. If you haven't had enough of me yet, there's more of me coming up in just a little bit. In about 45 minutes or so, I will be on Twitch. I will be live streaming video games and hanging out there. If you want to jump over to twitch.tv/Alicour, ALIKOUR, you can find the link in the description down below on this video. Come on over, hang out. It's another way to chat. It's another way to sit around. Another way to watch me be goofy. And that being said, hope you all have a great day and a great time. And just live life to the fullest. You know what I mean? And most of all, be patient. It'll come. Whatever you're working on, it will come. Believe me. But most importantly, remember, life is what you make of it. So make it a good one. And I will see you all real soon. Got a video coming out tomorrow. Magic Kingdom. It's going to be a good one. It's got Tron in it. I'll see you all later. Have a good weekend!